Orsetta, how are you? Welcome.
Fine, welcome to you. Thank you for this call. It's ever a pleasure for me to speak with you, Sherif. And sorry for my English, but my second language is Spanish. So
Yes.
for the English, I'm studying, I'm learning day by day.
Okay,
So sorry first.
no problem. We will practice together English. No problem.
Okay, okay.
First, I want to welcome you. Thank you very much for accepting the video interview for the YouTube channel Meeting Venus. Last year we contacted each other. Um, you were shooting in Morocco a web series made in Italy, correct?
Yeah, right, right.
And we talked also in the past interview. I will put the link for people to discover it if they haven't read it yet.
Yeah,
So,
I know.
because it speaks about your upbringing and your interest in art, and right now, tell me how was it last year when you returned from Morocco? Was the web series aired online?
Yeah, yeah. Well, last year, uh, in April,
Y-
on April, I was in Ouarzazate,
yes.
one of the most beautiful places I had so in my life. So Morocco and Africa all is one of the most beautiful parts of the world for in my opinion. So I rolled this part. I was a makeup artist, and I was in Morocco for this series, for this TV series. Yes, now is on Amazon. And was translated in Spanish and in French because speaks about uh, mm, la moda, no, fashion,
Yes.
Italian fashion in 70 years. So was very, very interesting for the clothes, for the mood of the acting, for the hair, for the makeup. Was very different respect now, and was a great, great experience. And then I rolled last year, but also this year, Educazione Cinica,
Yes.
and was very, very nice. So we had, and we continues to have a lot of likes, a lot of visualizing for the series. And then I hope to have a new project, very, very nice, because it's a new series for Sky
Mm-hmm.
that speaks about the life of Francesco Totti, a football player knows all over the world. And so my new project is to be an actress, obviously, and to be a journalist that interview the fake Francesco Totti, because Francesco Totti is not an actor, and Francesco Totti will be an actor who interpret his life. And so I have a small character, but very, very nice. It's a journalist um, of this TV,
Mm-hmm.
and she has a lot of interviews for football players,
Yes.
and it will be a project start at the end of July, and so I think at the end of July or first August, I will be go to Rome.
Life is returning bit to bit in Italy in general and
Mm-hmm.
in the art scene in particular.
Yeah,
But I want to ask you um, about shooting, and because in other countries, especially in the United States and in the media, they talk about social distancing.
mm-hmm.
Also, even documentary filmmakers, they have difficulty to travel
Yeah,
to shoot with real people. same problem with artists who do drama like you, either television, theater.
Yeah.
So, is there in Italy any like advice about social distancing or travel with masks after this corona problem right now?
Okay, so well, Sherif, here in Italy the situation is difficult because if you um, if you are on stage, you have to do a test, serologic test,
Yes,
day by day. Because if you want to, for example, in my situation, I will have a character to represent in a new series about Francesco Totti. 2 days before I will be on the set, I will have the test because here the situation is difficult. So day by day to have to do test, and also for this you have you can travel, you can have a job or not. For example, when you enter in also in a market, for example, they test your temperature,
yes,
and the same is on set and on stage. So it's difficult because also for the audience and for the audience too. If you want to go to theater, open theater now, for example, now there we have the Napoli festival. You cannot enter in the arena if you, for example, have a coat or have a temperature, and the same is for the artists, for the actors.
yes,
It's a problem because also for the distance, for the social distance, because on stage it's difficult have a relationship if I'm here and you are three
but
or 4 meters from me.
of course.
Um, mm,
Yes. So for us here in Egypt, today we are the 5th of July,
mm,
2020, and a little bit cinema is open and restaurants and hotels, but only 25%.
mm. Yes, yes, you told me.
Poco a poco.
Yeah, little by little. Here in Italy, the situation is a little bit different because a lot of restaurants, a lot of hotels
Mhm.
will be definitely closed
Yes,
because the crisis was too much strong for small restaurant, for small situation,
yes,
and so it's very sad because people during one life, no, they construction our little restaurant, our little bar, our little chiringuito, no, and now they are forced to close some for forever
yes,
because is 3 months are a few time, but for a lot of situation 3 months is a time, a very very long time. So if you don't have money, you cannot open again. So
yes.
here in Italy is the same. A restaurant, bar, or hotels are not open.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were talking right now about also the problems,
Mm.
in acting, cinema, theater with social
Yeah.
distancing and everything. I want to ask you a little bit personally about the region around you, how it was affected by Corona during the last month. People family,
Yeah.
neighbors.
So fortunately, we, my friends, my family, we were well,
Yes.
but we was very scared about it because of this virus will be very, very fast. So we, for my family and I, for 3 months, 90 days, we didn't go outside our house. So, for example, food and beverage come to us. No, they put food outside the door. So we, for 90 days, don't go outside our house. So in fact, I bought a tapis roulant, a cyclette.
Yes.
But we are lucky because we have a little bit garden, no, where I'm here now, and so we could go outside also in the garden. I know a lot of people, a lot of friends that during Corona stopped in houses 25, 30 meter quadratos. So was crazy. 90 days in a small room. It's like a prison, no, a jail. So
Yes.
was if you don't are very strong inside, I cannot. You can survive because this virus touch our feelings, our brain, our to stay with people. When you have an oblige to stay with your husband, your wife, your brother, your mother, your father, it's very difficult 24 hours, 7 on 7. And so, yeah,
Yes.
but we can survive.
Yes, of course. And tell me, did you hear right now about, because most of the film festivals we hear about, or television festival, or any conference, art exhibition, you know, everything is stopped. And of course, this will affect work, laboro, for a lot of people. Did you hear about anything coming back? Until now, I didn't hear, for instance, about Venice Festival, if it will be organized normally or online. Did you hear something in the news?
Yeah. So, Sherif, for example, on March,
Mhm.
I received awards by Cortinametraggio for the best actress of Venice. Okay, for a film I had 1 year ago called Beate, and I received this award by Zoom. Okay. For the Venice Festival, I don't have certain news. I don't have real news.
Yes.
Some people tell us, yes, Venice Festival will be without problems because on September is
Mm.
yeah,
Tutto
about
bene, tutto
yeah,
bene. September.
yeah. Me, I hope to go to Venice, and some people, on the contrary, say no, it's not possible for the distance, for the cinema. The cinema in Venice is closed, for example, not open. So it's very difficult to have a lot of people who enters to see the film, to critics the film. So I don't have
Yes.
news about it.
We will see about that. We hope, I mean, if it is organized, there will be like precautions. At least I think also people need to go and change scenery, like you mentioned, because we stayed a lot of time inside our houses, you know,
Yeah,
and of course, all the artists or the filmmakers, they will be happy in interacting with the audience,
yeah,
journalists, with film critics, you know,
Mm-hmm.
to discuss about films and everything, you know. So the festivals is a very good way for the industry, for the interaction, as we know, of course.
Of course, it's the best way, I think, because you can meet, you can speak face to face. It's
Yes,
different to do, for example, a presentation of film on Zoom or on Skype. Yes, okay, you can, because in this month I received an awards. Davide Donatello was great. But is not the same. For example, for Davide Donatello here in Italy, all actors or actress speaks and receive this award at home. Okay, and they have a connection also only online. Is
yes,
not the same. So the best things of festivals are the clothes, the light, the showman who tell your name.
of course,
Is not the same, but the world will be not the same
of course.
after COVID, I think.
Correct. And of course, David Di Donatello is important awards in Italy. It's
Yeah,
like Oscar,
yeah,
César,
about cinema.
of course.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. So, would you like to say something to people watching us, either artists like you or filmmakers or the world? You know, a lot of people might watch the interview. What do you
Yeah.
like to say to the world?
So first of all, sorry for my English, but I'm Italian, and here in Italy, it's very difficult to find people who speaks very well English. But I'm learning, and so I hope to understand me. See this interview because you can meet also actor or actress you didn't saw before, for example. And Sherif, for you, you are a great interview, a great critic, and you are very, very careful to discover a new talent or series, a web series, and so you have a big talent for this. So share this interview and go to my, for example, Instagram, and it's Orsetta_Borghero, and follow Sherif.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Orsetta.
you.
And I hope next time when we speak, you share with me photos or
Yeah,
trailer, huh?
yeah. Okay, okay, perfect.
Propaganda of your new works.
I send you now. I send you now.
Take care.